What's going on YouTube? I am back with another video, and in this one we have another SGC submission preview. So feels like a long time since I have actually sent cards to SGC, but honestly that's just because they are so fast. When you send them cards, they come back, you know, the last couple have been coming back within like a week. So it's probably been 3 to 4 weeks since I've sent cards in, but it just feels like so long because they come back so fast. So excited to finally be sending in some more cards. If you guys are not aware, SGC did recently announce that group submitters can send at a 5 to 10 business day turnaround time. I have seen some other group submitters who have already sent in cards since that announcement, and they are continuing to either be graded this exact same day or within like 1 to 2 days. And I'm hoping that is the case with these because some of these are basketball cards that I'm hoping to get back before the National. I do still need some more packs or some more cards for the National Fire packs. So a couple of these again are basketball. I'm hoping will come back before the National. Gonna be very, very close. So I am recording this video on Sunday the 17th. These are going to be shipped out tomorrow on Monday, and I'm going to do FedEx 2-day, so they will arrive Wednesday. And you know, if they're graded in a day or two, shouldn't be any problem. So we'll see. I'll definitely be sure to show you guys the results when they do come back. And if you guys are interested in submitting to SGC through me, check out 502frank.com. That has all the information you need. I did just recently have a group submission this weekend, so that is why, you know, I'm sending some personal cards myself. So real quick before we get into the submission, I do want to mention that typically the past, I think 3 weeks, I have been live on the Card Shop Live app doing mystery packs. I'm actually going to pass this week. I'm going to skip this week and push it to next week. So I did run a poll on Instagram and asked people if they wanted me to do like a standard series this week, which has typically been 20 mystery packs, or do just a much bigger series next week with, you know, just a bigger series overall, bigger chasers, bigger incentives if you do bid like a certain amount. So most people actually said push till next week and just do a big series. So that's what we're gonna do. I will not be live tonight if you guys are seeing this on Sunday the 17th. I'm gonna push it till next week. I think I'm gonna plan on doing 30 packs and again, just bigger chase cards. So real quick, I do wanna show a real quick preview of what's gonna be in those packs, including the Kyle Pitts in the background that you see there, the Genesis SGC 10. I am going to throw that one in the next series as well. But we do have the Mac Jones Mosaic. Now this is actually the red camo out of Fanatics, so a little bit more rare than some of the reactives like orange or yellow. This is the red camo out of the Fanatics product. And then we have a Drew Brees Prism Silver Auto. We have the Mac Jones Prism Silver PSA 9, as well as the Joe Burrow Select field level white SGC 9, which these raw are over $200. So and those are just a couple of the bigger cards. There's going to be obviously some other ones, but the Kyle Pitts is a big one as well. That I believe that has sold for about 300 before. So definitely excited about the next series. Again, gonna have some bigger chasers, bigger incentives. So definitely check that out. I'm gonna try to link my page below in the description, my Card Shop Live page that is. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the submission. And I do have a couple over here that I did actually decide to hold out. I thought I'd mention those real quick as well. So again, I do need packs for the, or I do need cards for the National Fire pack. So I was kind of going through like old boxes to really just see anything and everything I could possibly come up with. Maybe some older players that have kind of taken off, such as like Jalen Brunson, Jordan Poole, Anthony Simons, just to name a couple. So I was able to find a couple of those, but to start us off, I did find this Donovan Mitchell rookie card out of Crown Royale, and this one is actually numbered to 99, but unfortunately I did decide to hold this one out. Was able to find or see some white, a decent amount of white on like the corners and edges. So these die cuts are always just super tough. And if it doesn't get a 10, wouldn't be able to use it in the National pack. So I don't feel like that one would probably get a 10. And then I do have a couple Anthony Simons, which I just mentioned. His stuff has kind of taken off really since his rookie year. You know, I was high on him from the start actually, but I wish I would have went a lot harder on him. As opposed to like DiVincenzo or Wendell Carter Jr. But I do have a few cards of Anthony Simons still. So we have the Prism Ruby Wave and then the Optic Hollow. Unfortunately, these both did have some minor print lines, so probably, I would guess, like 9s at best on those. So we're gonna hold those out. And then we are gonna hold out the Davis Mills. This one was from our Chronicles box that we just ripped last week. This is the Score Silver. Did see some surface issues on this as well, so not gonna send that one. And we are gonna hold out the Jamar Chase. So unfortunately, this one wasn't in the best condition. As you can see, the centering is a decent bit off, and then there were also like some surface dimples as well. So I would probably guess 9 at best. So we are gonna hold that one out and just keep it raw, which that's not really a huge deal. I'm a big Jamar Chase fan. Probably wanna keep that one anyway. So we are gonna hold those cards out, but I did just wanna kind of mention them and talk about the reasons why we're holding them out. Now, let's get into the cards that we are actually sending. So starting off with a Jalen Brunson, another, one of those players I mentioned who has kind of really blown up, especially in, the playoffs that just happened. He played really, really well. So we are going to send the Optic Blue Velocity Jalen Brunson rookie. And this one is a tad bit off. I'm hoping it can still, off center that is, I'm hoping it can still pull a 10. But even if it does get a 9.5, wouldn't be the end of the world. I could throw that in those mystery packs on the Card Shop Live. And then this one, we are going to send the Optic Hyper Pink. Now this one's a bit of a toss up, just because it does obviously have some print lines on it, but I feel like with the Hyper Pinks, these grading companies are a little bit more lenient, just because that is kind of like part of the card. I mean, it's unavoidable. These Hyper Pinks are gonna have print lines, kind of like the Hypers in Prism, if I can think about what I'm trying to say here. The Hypers just always have print lines, so I feel like the grading companies are a little bit more lenient, and the centering looked good on this one, so we're gonna give it a shot. Hopefully it can pull a 10. And then next up, we do have another Anthony Simons. This one is out of Illuminance, numbered to 149, the red parallel. This is actually my favorite year of Luminance. I love how they put the parallel color as the name. Really, really like that. So Anthony Simons to 149. And then we're actually going to send a lot of baseball, something that I usually don't grade. But these are really, I feel like baseball is really good to put in those mystery packs because, I don't really mind getting rid of baseball as much as I do basketball or football. So we were able to come across a couple Julio Rodriguez Bowman Chromes. I was kind of shocked that these raw are actually doing like 40 bucks. And as SGC 10s have recently sold for $140. So definitely a good candidate here. Now, as you can tell, the centering is off on these, or it's off on at least one. It's really hard with these cards that don't have the 4 borders. Honestly, I don't know which one is off center, but one of them is, maybe both of them are, but I'm hoping one can maybe get a 9.5 and one can get a 10. So we'll see on those. Again, 10s are doing like 140 bucks, so would be nice to get at least one of those as a 10. And then we are gonna send a good amount of pristine. So I did open one box on camera. I actually went to Louisville Sports Cards and opened another one off camera. A little bit of a spur of the moment decision. I have just, really, really been loving pristine. I love the way it looks. It was a ton of fun to open. Even though I didn't have the best box, it was okay. It's actually a funny story. Like I said, the box I opened on camera wasn't the best. The box I opened in Louisville Sports Cards was brutal. Absolute worst box you can ever imagine. So first of all, I actually got shorted an auto, but then the best hit was probably a Tim Anderson auto, which you guys are actually gonna see here in a minute. But it was just overall absolutely brutal. And it's funny, they actually had 3 boxes when I went in, and I almost picked the box in the front, but at the last second, I said, no, I'll do the box in the back. And I'll just kind of keep showing these as I talk. So we got the Jonathan India Refractor. So again, my box, absolutely brutal. Well, while I'm standing there, someone else walks up and buys the first box, which I almost bought. First pack is a Wander to 99. Not an auto, just a Wander to 99. And then they also pulled a Ken Griffey Refractor, and then they also pulled a Shohei auto out of the box that I almost got. So that was just pure pain. And then we got the Jose Altuve gold to 50. Not to mention, I got shorted an auto. They got an extra auto. So yeah, that was just pure pain. And then we have an Aaron Judge Refractor as well. So I did actually file a claim with Topps, and I've heard that they're pretty good about fixing any errors they make. So I'm hoping they'll actually send a really cool replacement. So hopefully that story will have a happy ending. We shall see. But then we also do have the Hank Aaron refractor, and then that Tim Anderson I just mentioned, the Relic Auto. Nice Tim Anderson there. And then we are going to send in our Mike Trout Pure Power. We'll also say I did actually buy the Rays on a full case pristine break on Instagram, and I actually did hit some really cool stuff from that break. So be on the lookout. I will actually have a mail day tomorrow on Monday. I don't think those cards will be in yet, but at some point later on in the week, I'll probably have another mail day because I'm just buying a ton of stuff for the fire packs. So we'll have another mail day soon, and I got some really cool stuff from that Rays break. So be on the lookout for that. So really, it's just the pristine boxes that I have personally opened have been brutal. The break was actually decent, but then we are going to send in our Joe Burrow Chronicles Red Parallel. So this is numbered to 399, and that's really the only reason I'm sending that is just because it is numbered. So kind of a random submission, a lot of baseball, definitely more baseball than I have ever sent. So we'll see how we do. Hopefully SGC will have these graded in a few days, and I'll have some results very soon. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this one. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up, and I will see you soon.